All right. So today we are going to be talking about domain and all right. So in this paper, we're just wanting to know, is it a function? Yes or no? You just write yes or no. And then if it is discrete, we will put a D. And if it is continuous, we will put a C. So number one, if I was to draw vertical lines on all these dots, this would be a function. So yes. And then dots are discrete, so D. Okay, number two, we only look at the left-hand side to see if they have one line. Well, 0 has 2 lines, so this is not a function. And then just list of information would be discrete. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do these out of order. So if you're writing this, just write these out of order and we'll be good. So number 5, draw a vertical line. It's right on top of this line and it touches a whole bunch of places. So this is not a function, but this is a graphed line. So that is continuous. If we draw vertical lines on all these, they all touch one dot at a time. So yes, this is a function. And then dots are discrete. Okay, number 9, if we draw a vertical line, it's going to touch twice. So this is not a function, but that is continuous. Number 10, remember we don't look at this. We only look at the x's and they all have one line. So yes, that is a function. And then list of numbers is discrete. All right. So looking at number 3, all the x's are different. So all the x's are different. So this is a function. And then of course, just list of numbers is discrete. And then here, all the x's are different. So this is a function. And then lists of numbers are discrete. Number 7, make sure you don't get tricked here. It's the V. This x-axis is not a part of it. So on this V, if I put a vertical line, it's only going to touch once. So yes, this is a function. And then it's a graphed line, so it's continuous. If we draw vertical lines right here, it touches twice, so no, it's not a function. And then dots are discrete. Number 11, so right there, draw a vertical line, it's only going to touch once. So yes, this is a function, and that is continuous. And then here it touches twice, so that is not a function, but it is still continuous because that is a graphed line. All right. So today's stuff is a review of yesterday and Monday. So first off, they're going to want to know if it's a function. So if we draw vertical lines on all these, then it would only touch once. So that is a function. And then for the domain, we put x less than, and then we're going to crop the picture. So we crop this picture right here. It's right through -6. There's no open circle, so we put an equal to bar. And then we crop right here. It's in between 6 and 8, so that's 7. No open circle, so we put an equal to bar. So that's your domain. And then range, so we're going to put y equals less than. So this is the bottom of your picture, -4. And then there's no open circle, so we put an equal to bar. And then the top, we're at 6. And no open circle, so that would be your range. All right, number 2. So we draw vertical lines on this, and it looks like it's only going to touch once, so that is a function. And then domain, we go x less than less than. When I go to draw my cropping line, I hit an arrow, so we can't crop on this side. But over here, that's a dot, so we can crop this. So that's right on 5. So this is on 5. Wasn't an open circle. And then we couldn't do the other side, so we just get rid of this side. Okay, that's your domain. For range, do the same thing, y less than less than. We cannot crop the bottom, but we can crop the top. So it's at 2. And then it's not crossing an open circle, so we put an equal to bar, and then we couldn't do the bottom. All right, so on this one, this is kind of tricky. So we do a vertical line, and it looks like a function. It looks like a function there, but if we do a vertical line right there, then it touches a whole bunch of different spots. And so this is not a function. So no, erase this. So then if we crop this, that's -3. So -3, and we didn't touch an open circle. And then we crop it on this side, so it's +7, and no open circle. So that's our domain. And then on the y's, less than, we got -4, no open circle, and 5. No open circle. All right. So those are all reviewed from yesterday. This right here is more from Monday. First off, is it a function? Well, right here, I see these 2 dots on top of each other, so that is not a function. And then on the domain and range, when it's discrete, you can't say it goes from like -3 to 7. You have to list out every single dot. So this one kind of stinks right here because we got to go to each dot and go to the x-axis. So that's -3 from this dot. That is in between -1 and 2, so that'd be a -1.5. This one would also be a -1.5, but we only got to write it once. This one is tricky because you see it's on -1, so it makes you want to put -1. But remember, you got to go to the x-axis, and it's actually here in the center, which is 0. And then this one's at 2.5. And then this one is at 3. Okay. And then now we got to do the same thing, but for the y's. So this is at -3. So you can see discrete is not fun at all when it's dots like this, or at least if there's a lot of dots. Okay, now -1 does work right here because we are on the y's. So that's 1, and that's 1. And then last is 3. All right. So, and then last we got, all right, this is not a function because a vertical line would touch it twice. So no. Go x less than. So I cannot crop this right here, and you can't crop it right here either because that would cut off part of your graph. But right here we touch the arrow, so we can't do that, but we can crop it right here at 3. No open circle. And then we'll get rid of this side because there's an arrow. And then the range, we can crop it on the bottom. So -2, no open circle. But on top, there's an arrow, so we can't crop it. So we get rid of this one. All right, number 6. This is not a function because we got those two repeating. So that is not a function. So no. And then domain, this is discrete, kind of like the dots on the graph, but on this one, they've given you all the numbers. So this one's not bad. So we're going to write -2/3, -3. We don't have to repeat the -2/3, then +3. So you just write all the x's, and then range, you're going to write all the y's. So we like discrete when it looks like this. It's real quick and easy. All right. Number 8, is this a function? Well, if we draw vertical lines, yes, it's only touching once. So domain, got x less than. We crop this side, and you can see it's going through an open circle. So remember that at -4 on the x-axis, so -4, and then open circle means no equal to bar. Over here on the right, I run into an arrow. So we just get rid of it. And then range, less than. We can crop the bottom here. We're going through an open circle, so that's -1. Open circle means no equal to bar. And then we go to crop the top, and we got an arrow, so we get rid of this side. And then last one, crosses twice, so this is not a function. So no. And then on the left-hand side, we got x less than. That's touching -3. And there's no open circle, so we always put an equal to bar. And then 1, and no open circle. And then, we're almost done. Hang in there. Y less than. And then on the bottom, we're going to go -1 right there. No open circle. And on the top, 3. No open circle. All right. Hope that helped you.